Sussex's death sentence. Queen sends happy message for new king, Har and Meg scared of blue face. The Queen has given a clear signal the monarchy is in the safest hands by hinting at a huge nod of approval to future kings in a revealing Twitter post. Queen Elizabeth II regularly attends the annual Chelsea Flower Show, and the event is known to be extremely close to her heart, as she is often seen pictured at the show, fascinated by the new flowers on display. Now the Queen has provided a huge nod to future kings, likely to include Prince Charles and his eldest son Prince William, with a Twitter post about the Chelsea Flower Show. The @Royal Family account wrote, "Members of the royal family have been attending #Chelsea for almost 100 years. King George V and Queen Mary in 1930. Her Majesty in 1971. The Queen and the Prince of Wales in 2002. The Queen with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge in 2019. Alongside this post were 4 pictures, one from each of these visits to the annual flower show by the members of the royal family. This Twitter post comes with the Queen unable to attend the Chelsea Flower Show for only the 3rd time in her near 70-year reign as monarch. The annual event normally takes place in May but was delayed by several months because of COVID restrictions that were in place throughout England earlier this year. It is tradition for the Queen to spend her summer break at her Balmoral residence in Scotland from around August to October. But Her Majesty is not expected to return to engagements in London until next month, according to the monarch's official diary. On October 2nd, she will be joined by Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall in Scotland, to attend the opening ceremony for the 6th session of the Scottish Parliament. The monarch is then expected to return to Buckingham Palace days later to launch the Queen's baton relay for the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. The opening day of the Chelsea Flower Show on Monday saw visits from Sophie, Countess of Wessex, and Princess Anne. Sophie wore a white dress from Victoria Beckham as she was shown around the prestigious event. Prince Edward also accompanied his wife on a tour of the Queen's canopy garden at the flower show. Princess Anne also paid the event a visit and looked elegant in a pale blue floral embroidered coat dress. Princess Alexandra, the Queen's cousin, was among several other royals to attend the opening day. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, as well as Prince and Princess Markle of Kent, also turned out to visit the Chelsea Flower Show. Prince Michael of Kent wore a navy suit, pinstriped shirt and blue tie, while his wife, Princess Markle, donned a light green coat. Before she was crowned, the Queen could be seen as a feminist icon. During World War II, the then 19-year-old Princess Elizabeth became the first female royal to join the armed services full-time. Then there's Meghan Markle, who has been advocating for women's rights since the age of 11, when she convinced Procter & Gamble to change a sexist dish soap commercial. Princess Charlotte made history upon her birth in 2015, becoming the first royal to be affected by the Succession to the Crown Act, 2013. The new law meant Charlotte and future generations of female royals would no longer lose their place in line to the throne to their younger male siblings. The change to the line of succession was a step in the right direction, as was the Queen's Letters Patent, 2012, which decreed that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's children would all be given prince or princess titles. Still, the British monarchy has a long way to go when it comes to gender equality. As the world's longest-serving monarch, Elizabeth II is viewed as a role model for women. And yet, the only reason we have the Queen instead of a king is arguably by default. Her Majesty's father King George VI only had daughters, but if the Queen had had a younger brother, the previous law would have dictated that he overtake her in the line of succession. Despite being the reigning monarch, the Queen's title is traditionally considered lower in rank than a king. This could explain why Prince Philip wasn't given the title of king consort and wasn't crowned during the monarch's coronation in 1953. In comparison, Kate Middleton will be able to use the title of queen consort when Prince William is crowned, because it can be a symbolic title.